Are you tired of long RC walks around the base? Well, this strategy might just be the sped up version of an RC charge or an RC walk into Super Yeti attack. So let's dive in and see this video. Here's the army, guys, and we're gonna dive into some of attacks from Robo, and we're gonna see how he executes his plan with a ground attack but with Super Yetis. And this is a very easy army to use for those who can't be bothered really to do roller champion charges or like fireball attacks with long warden walks. This just makes things faster. Maybe you need to get over your attacks in Legends quickly so you can move on with your daily life. Now, for this army, in case you want to skip through the attacks, you can actually do it from down below. But of course, I'm going to talk about what you're going to do with the spells. So we have 5 Earthquake spell here, which 4 of them you're going to use to open up the base. And 1 of them is going to be used for the early layers of the wall, so you can help with the log launcher to open them quicker. Now for the RC, as you can see, we got the shield and the spare. She's gonna be having a time of her life on one of the sides of the base to try to funnel it and get a few defenses down. You can use a baby dragon or some barbarians to clean up right behind her, and on the other side where you drop the RC, we're gonna do some Super Yetis, so this way both sides gets funneled. And just like OG back in the day, Town Hall 9, 8 or even 10, we're just gonna spam everything into the base and hope for the best. Whichever area of the base you need a revive spell, you can go for it. And for the Clan Castle, we got a Super Valkyrie and a Super Yeti. These two will just give you that extra rage spell, whereas the Warden already have a rage gem, but you know, it's good to have one little rage spell from the Super Valkyrie inside the base. Now, let's move on to the attack and see how this army is being placed. First attack here, and we have Robo, of course, and this is going to be a box space. Now what it typically does is he spams into the town hall with this approach. So you can see the RC and the double Yeti on the other side. These two will just get like a few defenses, and guys, your funnel doesn't need to be perfect. You're gonna see what happens, and now he's just gonna spam all these Yetis. King, he's gonna pop the Queen ability with the healer puppet and the giant. These two will help out navigate everything into the base and also make sure the damage is outputted a lot. Now with this entry, sometimes you can see there is open walls like these, and this one is closed. This means sometimes your Super Yetis or the King might end up going to the other compartment, which is happening on this attack. So here you shouldn't panic, try to adapt. Try to see where can you pop the King ability so he can actually open again another like multiple compartments of the base. And now as you can see, everything is accessible by the Queen. So this is what you want to reach to. So keep the Queen alive. 1 or 2 of the revive spells should be down to her, and then the Super Yetis will clear the core and the damage, and then the Queen will be there to finish off the base. We got a Queen on the right side. RC, you can then revive her to dive into the attack with the heroes and the Yetis. Whenever there's like less damage area, like on that area on her, if there's a lot, you can actually revive her back and try to make her invisible or something so she can get through the damage. And at the end, you're usually gonna have 1 or 2 heroes or 1 or 2 Super Yetis to try to finish whatever is left. And as you can see, it's honestly one of the easiest drops of troops you're gonna see right now in the meta, because simply you're not forced to do any long RC charges into multiple traps or having the warden walk into a Tesla farm. It's just so easy that it cannot really get baited, to be honest. Let's move on to the second hit and see what Robo did. So up next we have a ring style base, and what he's doing is typically just opening one compartment, and now he's gonna try to earthquake the other one. But this is where you usually have the RC on one side again, the double Yetis on the other side, and you're just gonna wait a bit. So you can see he dropped some wizard, you can do some barbarians or baby dragons, let the Super Yetis do their job. And now once the funnel is set decently, you can start with the army. Don't wait too long, we're not gonna like do that much of a funnel. Now we have the log launcher hitting the walls that he earthquaked, so he's gonna open up the things to the town hall. Even if things don't get open, you can still pop the King ability. He's going with an early warden ability into the base. RC nicely on the other side. Now this is where again the base is fully open. You can get the value from your Queen, you can get value from the RC, and also crush the core with some surroundings with the Super Yetis. This way you can see, holy hell, sometimes Super Yetis go separated because it's a spam army. You don't have control over your spam, even though you might do a very good funnel. So don't worry about it. Try to adapt with spell placement, with invisibilities, with the spells like the revive spell, and then of course you can see how on one side you might have a few Yetis and a few heroes, how on the other side you have to adapt and make sure you have more power sometimes to try to finish these bases off from both different angles, because Th17 bases are typically like very wide, and that's basically one of the metas that we have in the base building right now. Very wide bases, no compact bases, but Super Yetis still perform very well. Now on this hit, it's gonna come down a bit more to the back end. You can see we got so many Yetis, the healers from the Queen ability, and you wanna also like always just pop the Queen ability super early. These healers will be inside the Warden, the Rage Gem, and it will actually be very helpful for you. King on the outside will finish off the base, and as you can see, the pets, nothing really too crazy. Warden's pets are typically going to be for the healers of the Queen. Queen with the typical pets, King with Phoenix, and RC with the Fox. If you want to upgrade your Sneezy, you can also have the Diggy with the Warden. I know some people like the Unicorn because they're upgrading their, for example, Frosty. You can have the Unicorn with the Queen, no worries there. And really and truly, one of the easiest strategy to perform right now. And yeah, we're gonna go to one last attack and see what Robo did there. So on the final hit, we have another base layout here for you, and it's gonna be a diamond base. So what he does is he doesn't go complete opposite side, because it's easier to get the funnel from these two sides. As you can see, let me actually bring it with a pen for you so you can visually see it. If you want to get the funnel on this side and this side and then spam everything in, it won't really make sense because you can never get a good funnel, and Yetis will start to move outwards and you might end up with a 1-star. So what he's doing is he's gonna get a little funnel here because it's way too easy to grab this box and then a few little funnel on this box, and look how easy the path is made towards the town hall. So this is what you want to typically do when it comes down to diamond bases. Something he nearly did on the other base, like the previous hit with the ring base. He came from a side. These side approaches are the ones you are looking for on the bases that have either a very far town hall or a corner town hall or a core town hall. Otherwise, the box bases, just spam everything into the town hall. Simple as that. You don't have to really risk it for the opposite side. Again, the King and Yetis sometimes might go wrong, sometimes they might go okay and right, and honestly, they will still always somehow come back together. Look how he's managing the RC on the other side too. It's important. She might go down, so he has an idea of when to start bringing her back to life. Is it going to be now? Is it going to be a bit more deeper into the base? Just try to adapt. He now brings back the RC where the army is close and the giant is tanking. You see how he's adapting to these revive spell, and it's important. Now, unfortunately, the King ability could have been used maybe 1 second later, so every wall would have been open. But as you can see now, again, this is the matter of keeping your Queen alive, because she can reach the buildings that the Yetis, King, or maybe even the RC might die. They cannot do it. So keep the Queen alive and keep her going towards the back end, and you can see he sometimes keep the minions, the barbarians, the baby dragon, and the wizards. They are for cleanup. At the same time, they can help you establish that funnel a bit more from the RC or the Super Yetis. This way, you don't have to be at the end of the attack like, oh my god, I'm running out of time. You know, like obviously it's a spam attack, it's quick, but sometimes things can happen. It's not fully on your control that what is going to happen in a spam attack. So have this little bit of troops to try to maneuver things around towards the base, and hopefully like my thoughts and I would say processing and teaching basically for you on this army was enough so you can get the idea of how it works against all variations of base styles. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to use code BLUE in the store, and we'll see you soon in the next video. Take care. Peace.